Morning. Let's start today while working with the legs again. Till now, we have worked in a simple laying down position. Now, this is, you know, the person is laying on his tummy, and now we will try to work on the legs. Why? Because working on the leg is usually much more easier in this position. Okay. So, for doing this, I would request my participant to go a little bit up. Can you shift a little bit up? A little bit more? 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 Okay. So, so the first thing is to get their legs comfortable, okay, and relaxed as you are done here. Now the first thing is to step on the toes for doing the warm up. Okay. You can do one by one by using uh, this part of your feet actually that is bit cushioning to press against the feet. One. Work with the breath. Sync with your breath because you never apply too much pressure. It might be painful. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Then moving on the other leg, it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Now working on the 5 lines, the easiest way we turn back and we use our heels to gradually give a gentle push, warm up. Okay. After doing this, if you want to work with the hands, you can, you know, we usually take our hands like this and use our knuckles to press, or you can just use the knuckle part also to press on the heels. Okay. This allows for more deeper impact with less effort. So you can follow the 5 lines using the knuckles. As you are done, now it's time to have the extension. So what you can do is you can move like this here. Okay. On your leg, try to position the leg. This part, the dorsal part of here, should be relaxed. Okay, something like this. If the leg is too big, you move your leg back so that it rests here. If the leg is too short, you go forward so that it could relax easily. Right. So for me, this is perfect position. Why? If I put the leg here and I press, in this position, if I press, okay. So while working on the leg, you position like this, and again you use churning of your hand like this. One, starting from the heels to the up. Okay, and always moving your body forward so that the effort is slow and gradual. Okay, is it okay? Now in this position, now you use your elbow to press on the line 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Once you're done with 5 lines, again you warm up. If the leg is too thin, then in those cases you might use your actual thumb actually to press like this. Since it is facing up, it is much easier for you to press down. With respect to when you sit on the ground and try to push it. Okay. Now after this comes the major part of working on the plantar fascia. To do that, what we do is we use our hand, lock it here, and then push. It gives a very deep stretch. Usually people with heavy body structure. For them, you use these techniques. And here the requirement of the effort is also pretty less. Okay. So you stretch and then you warm up. The next part is working on the heel. So for that, either you can use the thumb if you like, okay, or you use the same part of the hand actually to apply pressure inside, outside, here, or you might go deeper. Okay. So once you are done here, what you do is then you come on the other side. Now you start working on the dorsal part. You take the thumb and position it at this ST40 point, the junction of the feet with the shin bone actually. This here, you just position the thumb and just move the leg front, and it will go deep, right? Deep, 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 deep. Right. You might change the hands. Deep, deep. Inside is very not easy to move, so you have to be slow and gentle. It is not about to move a lot, but rather since it is more like a tendon it is a tendon part. That's Achilles tendon. So the movement will not be too much. It will be very stiff. So just subtle movements will do the magic. The point is to find the ridge and then come back. Okay. Now after this, like a toothpaste with both the fingers, you press and you slide your fingers. Again, same. It follows the same, the thumb line, and here it slides against the pinky finger, like this. Come in the front, slide, then press, slide, press, slide, press, slide, and then push. Now coming back again, the other inner two fingers, and then the last finger. Okay, so once you are done here, you have taken care of the entire this part. Now comes the front shin line. Since you are sitting here and it is more practical for you, put your hand here and press. 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 This is the outer first line. Press. Press. Working on the inner line, you can, inner spleen, you can use thumb to press. Okay, like this here. Now, so we have taken care of the front part. You can use the other 4 fingers to press here. Okay, like this. Or you might use the thumb actually to do this. Okay. After this, the movement is to work on the calf or the inner two lines. So for that, you might sit in Vajrasana, put the legs so that it is semi-stretched, relax and use two thumbs to work on external and the internal third line. Right? Go up to the Achilles tendon part. You might use the oil, and if you don't, it's okay. You might use it, and then again you might use the fingers to create that bifurcation of the gastrocnemius here. Now this stretch we do exactly, in the supine position, if you remember. Okay. If you want to add more effort with this little bit of warm up, you might turn the leg a little bit. These two lines are exposed. You might do like this, like this. Okay. Or you might turn the leg a little bit and expose this area and apply pressure like this. So you have worked on these major muscles, so you have done with the thumb, and for extra stretch you might use your hands also. Now then the next part is to work on the thighs, to see how deeper we can go here. Okay. The more I flex the thigh, so I can control the movement. Why? The more I push it, these muscles get extended, this gets stronger, and it is much more easier for me to go inside all these muscles. Can you feel this? Huh? So so to have more, you might have the hand rolling, like now. After this, now there are some clinical massage techniques. Now this is one of those ways exactly. What exactly I spend a lot of time working with is in opening the knees, because it provides you more stabilization. How you do this? This is the motion of the knee, right? The positioning of the knee is dependent on tensor fasciae latae and inner abductors. And definitely these tendons and these tendons. To have and to stretch these tendons, what I do is I actually fold this leg in 90 degree, use my palm for the inner tendon and I press it. It is pressed now, so it is supposed to go like this, and I counter move. One. Again in between, two. So this is very deep opening kind of, right? If you like, you can go, but the more you go up, the more tender spots are. So you have to go very slow, and then coming down to two, and then grab the knee. If someone has a knee problem, you have to work like this a lot on opening the thighs. Okay, so usually it is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Now the other side. So I've changed my leg. The other leg is open now. I use my palm again, the outer line, grab it so that it gets restricted, and then use the other side to push. 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 Pushing is fine, or to increase, you can go like this also. So it is more somewhere not straight, not actually like this, but somewhere in between. And if I feel like if I'm going here and I am not getting stretched, I might move a little bit like this. Okay. So the idea is to grab this firmly and use your body to create this motion. Okay. Got it? After this, now let's get back to thigh massage part. Then the movement comes to work on below the knees actually. So you try to loosen these muscles. Okay. You loosen it, Loosen it. And again, this is more like clinical massage part here that allows you to soften the tissues. All that MCL, ACL, all these tears that you hear might make them easier. And then the next part is opening the cavity. How we do it? We put our hand, now that's a typical Thai massage routine. You put your hand and you block this range of motion and let your patella, the knees, get position 1. Now move a little bit more, 2, and then 1. Okay, so with 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, depending on the illness, you might like to spend a lot of time also. Again, give a warm up. Okay, now open the leg, extend the glute muscles so that it is easier for you to go down. Use this one to ease the thighs, ease the glute muscles. Okay. So the way is to open, so that's more like a warm up. 1, 2, 3, 2, and 1. Now it's time to go deep now, so I use the elbow point here, right? And I try to press and hold. Move my hand a little bit so that I can give a shaky feeling. Then again I move with the upper part, again I press and I give the shaky feeling. And if I like, I can move this like this. If I like, I can go a little bit cross fiber. Okay. So if you see that your client is more painful here while pressing, what you do is, there are 3 points to it that you have to honor. So one is just closer to the sacrum here. Another one is the outer side of the bosoms here. And the lower end of the bosoms where you have the femur, the socket joint. Okay. So we have these 3 points. So what we do is we apply our hand and then give a gentle warm up. Mobilization of the buttocks, bosoms, and then we go with the thumb. First, closer to the sacrum, the muscly part that we have, the last dip we have. So we go deep. Tell your client to exhale with your mouth. 1, again warm up, 2, and then again 3. Okay. Now you try to move here. To do that, again you position your thumb here, and then you go 1, 2, and the idea is to actually spend some time, hold it, and then 3. I'm moving down this area. Now warm up and 1, warm up and 2, and then warm up and 3. Once you're done, again put your hand, give a gentle like this, or you might do like this. Use your body weight. Always try to keep your hand loose, otherwise you might stiff yourself. So now we have stabilized the knees. Now it's time to stabilize the sacrum, the sacroiliac joint, the positioning of the pelvis. How? Here what we do is we restrict the motion here. We might use our leg as a, so that it doesn't slide. And what you do is you take the other hand, block the other side of the sacrum. So if that's the sacrum that we have here, we have to create extension here. So we go on the other side, we block it in the opposite direction. So these are all clinical moves, by the way. If you like, you can position the legs more straighter, a little bit outward, depending on the client, and then you try to open the leg in the opposite direction, like this, right? And tell your client again to exhale. Exhale from your mouth, right, like this. Okay. So what we are doing is, this side of the sacroiliac joint, we are pushing it here in the opposite direction, and with our leg twisting like this, we are creating extra spacing here. So these inflammations, these tendons and ligaments could ease actually. Okay, once you are done here, just give it a normal warm up. Going towards up. Okay. Now the requirement is to take the leg and actually take it like a baby. Okay, it is already lifted now. Now the beauty of this pose is, here now we use our body to put a lot of effort. So we might use our both the hands to massage the leg. Again, give it a gentle warm up, especially on the second line of the leg here. Okay. If I have to warm up, I can warm up the glute, and even I can lift and give a counter motion for a pelvis to get relaxed. Right. The more I lift, the more pressure. And then going up like this. But once you reach to the rib area, then it is more like blocking and then extending. Blocking and extending. Blocking. 1, 2, 3. And then coming back here. Okay. Now, how to get out of this position? Very easily. You take the leg, lift it, and just turn back. This is as simple as. Okay. So this was exactly a typical routine for the leg that we use, and as I said, it is not purely Thai, but it's a blend of some clinical part also. That is primarily used in the best practices that is done by the Nirvana school. Thank you so much. And in the later section, we will look at the shoulder part in more detail.